Hey guys, this is Steph with thegoodride.com, and here we are checking out the Vans Ferra Pro boots in a 7.5. So I ride the Vans Ferra. I ride last season's Vans Ferra, and so these are this season's, the 2020. These are a pretty good all-mountain boot. You get the all-mountain response and all-mountain flex, but they have that skate-like style feel, so you can still manipulate them and they still relax down once you break them in. It did take a while for me to break in my other Vans Ferras. These feel, for some reason, way better out of the box. So the other ones I had, it took me like a month to break them in, but these ones I was able to ride right out of the box. I did put my old liners in these so that I could break them in easier, and then my new liners in my old boots. So, together they were a little bit hard. I had a little bit of the pressure points, and I like to break them apart and break them in separately and then put them back together so they're perfect. But either way, it has a nice all-mountain flex. It's medium stiff. It's got the traditional lace system, which is awesome because I could probably count on one hand the amount of women's snowboard boots that are not beginner snowboard boots that have traditional lace. So this is awesome, and thank you, Vans, for doing that. But yeah, so they have the lace system, and then they have the boa system that locks it in right here. So the laces with a nice metal thing, these feel pretty durable. I've been using my Vans laces for about a year, and I ride a lot, and they haven't busted on me yet, but they're starting to get on that cusp there, but they're pretty tough and durable. This is the boa system for the ankle lock, which I know some people really like. Honestly, I don't even use it because I don't feel like it locks my foot in the right way, but some people really like this. The ankle lock not only comes from the boa here, but you also get this harness on the inside, which is like an ankle harness that wraps around your ankle and kind of cinches it down, which I really like. It comes all the way up to kind of mid shin here. The only thing that I'm not stoked on really, and still it's the same as the last one, is this cinch down thing. I don't really think there's much more efficient ways to get it to tighten, because it'll go down, but it won't. It's really hard to get it to just cinch as tight as you want it for some reason with this thing. So, it's effective to an extent, but I don't think it's the best one. You can see how it tightens around the ankle there to really hold you and attach you to the boot, which I think is awesome. I really like this form of heel lock, and maybe it'd be cool if it went up just a little bit higher instead of ending just at your mid calf, because there's nothing else to tighten it. So it's just this ankle lock thing around this, and it would be cool if it kind of went all the way up maybe, so that the top of your shin could really be attached to the part of the boot. Power strap. On the last boot I had, the power strap barely reached out of the front of the tongue here, so this is a good improvement from the last model. So you get way more length. Somehow it fits much better than the last one, so that's cool. The only thing is, it's like when I was using it, I would cinch this down, and then I would tie the boot up, and then this would become loose again. So I feel like, I'm probably, the problem is if I use it on the inside with the liner, then it's too big and it won't crake down tight enough. So it's like, it's got to be one or the other. So I almost feel like if it was on the outside of the boot, then you could tighten it down after you tied the boot and it would be effective. Or it's for the inside of the boot so that you can tighten it down on the liner. Or maybe I just have really baby calf muscles and my legs are too skinny to actually make it work. But anyway, you get a nice rubber sole, good traction on these things. I don't have problems slipping around or anything. Super damp ride. I find these pretty damp to ride. They're not, but you can still feel the bottom of the snowboard and you can feel what's going on under your feet, but it's not really rigid when you hit bumps and stuff, so I like that. I wanted to check out the old liner versus the new liner. So this is the old liner and this is the new liner. So a little different. It looks like they added a little support to the back there. The ankle on this one, the little ankle curve is a little smaller than this one is. And it seems to be a little more cushy. I don't know if I've just packed mine out, but this one is the Response, and this one is V2 Ultra Cush with Smart Wool. So maybe a little bit of a improved, liner materials there. And then one thing that we were talking about on the old review is that the old liner just had one Velcro here and none on the other side. And you can actually see what that has done to riding it. So it always got kicked out there. And the new one has Velcro on both sides. So hopefully it's gonna keep it in place a little better there. So that's a cool improvement as well. As far as putting your foot in, for the first time, it's pretty comfy. The ankle padding down here with the heel lock thing and everything, the ankle, padding to where you put your foot in, is pretty aggressive in the beginning. You can see how tiny that is, and if it doesn't specifically fit your foot and your ankle the way this says it to, you kind of get a little bit of some weird feelings, but it does pack out and it becomes comfortable. For me, because I think I have tiny ankles or something, I have to add a little bit of a heel lift in there, and then it fits perfect. So you might just have to, dabble with the insole situation there. And then another thing with the insole is, and actually I felt it on these, and Paige felt it on her. She bought the exact same boots this year. Right here at the end of the toe, when you put your foot in, the insole seems to shift sometimes so that you can feel the end of the insole underneath the front of your toes. And I fixed that by just pushing it all the way forward before I put my foot in. But it does come out and I do feel it. And so I don't know why it happens, but it does happen. But yeah, other than that, still great boot. I'm probably going to ride these every day for the next year or so. I love that they're traditional lace. I love that they're responsive, but they're also fun in the park and not super stiff and rigid, because I like to be able to bend my ankles. So if you're looking for a boot that has a pretty decent heel lock in it, it's pretty cushy, pretty damp, and I found these very comfortable right out of the box as opposed to the other ones a couple years ago. So, good traction on the feet here, and not a bad price point as far as how much boots cost. So it's kind of in that mid-range. These would be a good option. I love how comfortable they are. I love the traditional lace. The option of this, which even I don't use it, but I know people like this feature to just really lock in that heel. The only thing that I love that there's a power strap, but I just want it to be a little bit more effective somehow. I like that they changed this so that it could fit over the tongue fully, because I think that was the original intention. But I kind of feel like if it's going to be on the outside of the tongue, it should be on the outside of the liner so that you can actually get that boot to hold together. If it's meant to be on the inside of the liner, then let's put it on the inside of the liner, For me, I think my legs are just too skinny to make it work, so I'm going to figure some way out to use it on this side. Anyway, super solid boot. My previous Vans Ferras, I rode them every day for a season and a half, and they're just now starting to break down to where, I have some wear and tear here that probably is going to give out within the next season or so. So, if you're looking for a reliable boot that's going to last you for a long time, and you want that comfort of the kind of skate-like style feel, so where you can feel everything under your foot, but you want that all-mountain response, this could be a good option.